I wanted to bring you my Wonderkid 11 video yesterday. However, despite recording the whole thing, Sports Interactive thought it would be a good idea to release a hotfix to patch up some of the issues with the player development in terms of some of their technical attributes. So that meant that I had to simulate all of my player data all over again to make sure it was completely accurate for you guys. Today, we are going to talk about my Wonderkid 11. We're going to go through position by position, and I'm going to tell you who my favorite player is under the age of 22-ish to fit into your starting 11. I'm going to show you them 5 years into the future so you can kind of see what you're going to be spending your money on. So if you do like this sort of thing, the Wonderkid content, please do drop a like on today's video, and if you are new around here, consider hitting that subscribe button whilst you are down there. But without any further ado, let's dive in to our goalkeeper. So I have done a video including this guy beforehand, but guys, this is 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪. He is brilliant if you ask me. This is him 5 years into the future. He is currently playing his football at Leicester City, but there is so much to like about this guy. A bit further down the line, obviously, he's now 25 years of age, so he's 20 when he starts the game. He starts the game at Bari in Italy, so he is relatively cheap as well. But look at how he develops fantastic goalkeeping attributes, the ones that I really like. He's got 15 for the aerial reach, 16 for the command of his area. He's got great handling, great one-on-ones, fantastic reflexes as well. Then in terms of the goalkeeping mental attributes for him, his anticipation along with his positioning, this guy's going to be so difficult to get the ball past. He's got really good jumping reach, great stamina. There's certain stuff that I would like to work on him, so if I were to have him in a save, praying that I pick him up in our network save that I'll be doing with 𝘼𝙗. He's 6'3" for a start. I'd like to work on his strength. I think 12 for a goalkeeper who's that big probably needs some work, but he's still probably got 10 years of his career left at this point. I'm looking at his career thus far. Annoyingly, we can see that he has moved into England. Oh, not even into the Premier League. Sorry, Editor Jack. Moved to Crystal Palace for 5.75 million a couple seasons in. So if you go in right at the start of the game, I'm sure you can pick this guy up for around about 2 million. He's actually done pretty well playing in the Premier League in his first season. He kept 13 clean sheets for Leicester City. And to be honest, I think 𝘼𝙗𝙪 is the best goalkeeper in this year's game. Last year, I would have gone with the 𝘼𝙗𝙪. This year, 𝘼𝙗𝙪. In this formation for this video, we'll be playing a 4-2-3-1. So I'm starting things off with a right back here as we move outfield. Kilian Fischer is the guy's name. In this particular instance, he has stayed at Wolfsburg over in Germany. He's 26 years of age now, 5 years into the future, 9 caps for Germany, can play in a myriad of positions. He's just very well rounded. You don't necessarily see an abundance of standout attributes on this guy, but the fact that he's got decent crossing in the future, good tackling, good long throws as well, that always helps. Really nice mentally, great determination, 16 work rate is brilliant for a fullback, 16 pace also pretty good. He does have 10 strength as well, but the fact that he is 6 foot means he's probably going to be in a decent enough position at those far post crosses when they do come in, and they are pretty good in the air. Obviously, I can't see and can't show you the fact that he's transferred and how much you could get him for, but Kilian Fischer I think is a very good option for right back, and the fact that he can play wing back on both sides is probably an added bonus for this kind of caliber of player. It wouldn't be a Wonderkid video without taking a player from RB Salzburg. In this instance, we have 𝘼𝙗𝙪, who is a 25-year-old in this simulation, Austrian. He's 20 at the start of the game, and look at the mental attributes on this guy. This is after the hotfix as well, so not all of the potential ability points are being thrown into his mentals, because he is very well rounded in other aspects as well. He's listed as a powerful centre back, and I tend to agree with the fact that he's 6'1". He's good in the air with the good jumping reach, the good heading. He's got 16 strength as well, but as I said, it's the mental attributes where this guy really excels for me. Great aggression, anticipation, bravery, as well as his concentration's really good. Really nice positioning for a centre back as well. I think this is potentially one of the best centre backs that you can get your hands on this year. Obviously in FM22 they had a few players in those this position as well. 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪 was a go-to. I think this guy is going to be a go-to for me in this year's game. So I could have gone with a number of Italian centre-backs, but because I like a little bit of balance in my team, this is the left-sided centre-back. This is 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪. Now, he starts the season off at Empoli, I believe, and then moves, or in this instance, moved across to Nice. 6'3", so a little bit taller than the other centre-back. He's got that perfectionist personality as well, so you know he's going to be consistent in terms of his development. Really high anticipation, all 14s and 15s in the key mental attributes that you're going to be looking for a centre-back. He's capped by Italy, he's good in the air, and he scores never. He would score with my corner routine, I can guarantee it. In this instance, he went to Nice for £11.75 million. And so it looks like you can pick him up from Nice. Looking like he's very consistent throughout his career, though, averaging over a 7, which for a centre-back is very, very impressive. 16 caps for Italy at national team level as well. Looking very good. Completing the back four, we have Fabiano Parisi, the young fullback. Yes, it's another Italian on the list. He's going to be 21 at the start of the game, and this guy is going to set you back an absolute fortune, potentially. Some of the other players that I've included in this list are definitely on the cheaper side. This guy's not. He's young, he's playing at Empoli as well. A very, very nice, well-rounded player. Brilliant physically, worldwide reputation now 5 years into the future. High concentration and determination. Again, these mental attributes. I think with the way that the match engine is this year, the mental attributes are really, really going to be key this year. And very well-rounded in terms of his technical attributes as well. Obviously, he does start lower down in Italy, but Juve paid £41.5 million for him, and he's been very, very consistent in Serie A since he's moved clubs. I think he's a very, very good pickup, but as I did say, probably the most expensive on this list, if not second. Moving into our two midfielders now, and we have Isaac Johannesson, the Icelandic youngster. Looks, again, very, very good. As a box-to-boxy midfielder or creative, like a roaming playmaker, I think this guy can be exceptional. The creativity that this guy oozes is going to be very, very impressive. I think on the ball, he's going to look very good. He's got 18 vision, really nice decision-making, good composure as well. So you know he's going to be cool, calm, and collected on the ball as you transition through your attacks. 15 passing, again, is pretty good. He is only 24 years of age in 5 years' time. So you know he's young, 19 years of age right off the bat as soon as you start your FM23 save. And I think he's got some really, really good attributes. He's just been promoted in-game. How much did he sell for from Copenhagen? £11.5 million. What's that? 4 years into the save. So you can definitely pick him up for an absolute steal. Looks like he's been relatively consistent in the Championship. I'd be very interested to see how long he gets, how he gets on in the Premier League, but for me, this is a supremely well-rounded player that will be electric on the ball for your midfield. So we've spoken about the finesse player in your central midfield. Let's talk about the bruiser. We have 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪, who is a French player. He looks like an absolute beast. That French midfield core that they kind of have coming through, Camavinga, Tchouaméni, this guy is the next name on that list. I'm pretty darn confident of it. He's playing for Nice in the game when you pick things up, and he is currently wanted 5 years into the future by PSG. Of course he is. If you look at his attributes, again, he's got really high passing, really high technique, but he's a bit of a bruiser as well. He's 6'4", he's 80 kilos, he's very well-rounded in terms of his physical attributes as well. And I think off the ball, again, very good. Determination, very good. Composure, again, very good. Just what you want for your central midfielders. You want them to be big, you want them to be strong, you want them to be very, very good on the ball, and I think this guy looks absolutely exceptional. He has just won the World Cup as well with France, which is very, very nice. I'd be very intrigued to see if PSG do get their hands on this guy, because that's pretty much where all the good French talent ends up, isn't it? Into the attacking third then, and we have 𝘼𝙗𝙪𝙩, who is part of the Celtic team as you start a game in Football Manager. The Israeli international looks like a very, very good prospect. I keep saying that, very, very good, don't I? Looks like a brilliant prospect. He's 5'7", so he's a bit on the smaller side, but he is very quick. 16 pace, 16 acceleration, really nice agility as well. Yes, he's not going to win the ball in the air for you, but he is going to get the the ball on the deck and take people on. I think his dribbling is very key. I think his passing is pretty good as well, and his off the ball is really nice as well, because that pass into space instruction this year so far on tactics seems to be working quite nicely. You can see he's developed really nicely in this 5-year simulation, and Newcastle recently bought him to play in the Premier League for £32.5 million. 12 goals, 10 assists in the Prem in your first season. Yeah, go and pick this guy up from Celtic. Believe me guys, I looked for other options on the left hand side of the pitch and I couldn't find anybody better than this guy, or even close to rivaling this guy. It is of course the Georgian Messi coming out of Napoli, Kvaradona as he's been named. Good on either foot. He's got an unbelievable set of attributes on him. His off the ball fantastic, 19 flair, 17 vision, 18 composure in 5 years time, coupled with that 19 dribbling, guys. He's unreal. He is going to cost you an absolute fortune. He is going to be the most expensive player on this list. As you can see, age 26, obviously 5 years into the future. He's valued between 46 and 137 million pounds. This guy is on an absolute wedge. If we go and take a look at how he's been getting on for Napoli, obviously Napoli bought him this summer in real life for £8.5 million, and since he's been at Napoli he has been setting the world on fire. And imagine this guy in your team, just having so many options and having such a dynamic player to just get on the ball and just run at people. 19 dribbling, guys, is unbelievable. Honestly, with his 19 agility as well, this guy's going to be swinging left, right and center and putting defenders on roller skates. Into the penultimate position, and we have our central attacking midfielder, and we are of course talking about CDK. Obviously he's had his big move from Club Brugge over to AC Milan, so he's now playing in a higher profile league. He's playing in Italy, but in 5 years time this guy is a baller. Look at all of his attributes, coupled with the fact that he is 6'4". Mentally, I think he's off the charts. He's got really good dribbling as well as his first touch, as well as his passing, technique high, vision high, like flair high. This guy is just going to be pinging balls, unlocking defenses left, right and center. Looks like he's had a good save so far. 57 caps for Belgium, 25 goals as well. Let's have a look at his career stats for AC Milan. Obviously they did pay £27.5 million for him. It looks like it's taken a little while to settle, but over the last 4 years has been very consistent. 17 goals and 7 assists in his most recent season. Actually, in all competitions, if you can see at the bottom of the screen, 20 goals and 7 assists in 47 starts, which is unbelievable from a central attacking midfielder. This guy is going to be, in my opinion, the new Kevin De Bruyne, but playing just that slightly higher up the field. And we're going to finish things off with a centre forward, and I know you guys are going to be saying, Steve, where is Hendrik? Well, for what I look in a centre forward, this guy's better. This is Nelson Weeper or Weeper. I don't know how you say it. Germans, please do correct me down in the comments section. But this guy feels like almost the rebirth of Erling Haaland, a Haaland-esque type player in terms of his frame, in terms of his attributes. He's 6'4" and he is fast, guys. 15 pace, 15 agility, 14 acceleration. For a guy at 6'4", yes, okay, he may not be Haaland levels of pace, but he's only 22 in game. He's had 2 appearances and scored 2 goals for the full German national team in this simulation. High determination, so you know he's going to do very well, along with that spirited personality. 16 off the ball, 15 finishing, 13 heading, 17 for penalty taking. And I know what you guys are going to say. Let's have a look at him compared with Hendrik, and I will do in this simulation since the hotfix has come out. This is how they compare together. And to be honest, again, I think in terms of his physical on the ball attributes, I think a physical attribute, well, let's do physical first. Hendrik is quicker, the other guy's bigger. They have the same amount of pace, but Hendrik has that little bit more of a burst to get him off the line. Mentally, I don't think it's any question. Yes, okay, Hendrik has the flair, but my guy Nelson has 16 off the ball, which as a striker I think is much more important. I think he's more well-rounded in his anticipation, his bravery slightly better, the composure maybe needs a little bit of work, but I think Nelson is a much better striker. Yes, okay, if you look at things in terms of their technical attributes, Hendrik wins that battle, or at least is very similar. He's got 10 for corners, whereas my guy Nelson has 2. You don't want your centre forward taking corners, guys, you just don't. So I'm going with the 6'4" German beast up top. I need to get his face sorted because he will most definitely feature in a lot of my saves this year. But that is my 11, guys. Let me know down in that comment section if there is anyone that I have missed. Obviously, I've touched on 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪 here, so please do not put his name down in that comment section. But any other players that you think I should check out on this save 5 years into the future? I'm working on another save, which is going to be 10 years into the future. I'll do a video on that very, very soon so we can take a look at some of these other players. But please do let me know down in the comments who you think I should be looking at for some of these saves, because there's some really interesting rebuild content coming up, guys, and some of these guys are going to feature very, very heavily. If you've not had enough of your FM23 fix, check out these 5 must-buy Wonderkids for your save. I've touched on a couple here, but there are some other gems in that video.